once we're up and running, we can create audiences specifically in GA4. This is stuff we would be doing on Google Ads. Obviously, you can create your audiences in Google Ads as well if you have that conversion tracking running, or if you have the Google Ads tag running on all pages on your site. A couple other things just to mention here. How long the data saves, internal traffic filters, cross-domain tracking, referrals, things like that, and then session timeouts. These are all things we want to look into. And then we've looked a little bit into Looker. I recommend it if you've got burning questions that are just too hard to answer in GA4. I do think learning Looker is worth it in doing that. Let me just show you a few of these other settings. I think by default, the data retention is only 2 months. So it's worth on any account you're working, or if you are the brand owner or you're the marketer, like go into admin, set this as long as you can. This is a little bit crazy that this is all we get, because I think it used to be 5 years plus, or even you could set it lifetime in Google Universal Analytics. Now with all the pressure on privacy and stuff like that, we only get this such a short period. The other thing is, if you like to filter out internal traffic of, I want to know my conversion rate, not based on when we as a team are looking at the site, you can definitely do that in here as well under data settings, data filters, cross-domain tracking. If for some reason, sometimes we've got landing pages that are on a subdomain or, another domain or something like that. And then when they go to checkout, they're going on a different site. If you want that to all be, one session, do that in here where you configure your domains and you add your domains like this. Unwanted referrals. Sometimes, so in the old world, it was like someone would pay via PayPal. And then when I look at my, source medium report, it almost looks like we're getting all our purchases from PayPal. That's obviously not accurate. So if you have anything like that, it's probably less of an issue with Shopify and the era of Shop Pay. But if you have anything like that, where if you dig into your referral traffic and it's not really referral traffic, this is where you set that up, and you have to hit. You're kind of going into your feed there, and you're saying show more, and then it's list unwanted referrals. List those out in there. Yeah, a couple technical changes on the e-commerce tracking. Again, I'll be sharing the slides if you want to see any of this. In the old world, there was standard e-commerce tracking, and then there was enhanced e-commerce. The good news now, it's all enhanced e-commerce, baby. We did not look at the e-commerce specific reports very much. I can pull those up. I'm not blown away by these, which is why I didn't spend a lot of time on them. So here we go. Once the e-commerce tracking is up, we can see total revenue. This sort of information about specific items purchased and so on, that's the sort of thing that used to only be available for e-commerce, enhanced e-commerce tracking. Again, if you're on Shopify, they just take care of all this intense backend development for you, and that's great. E-commerce purchases, we can again see a line graph of our particular items. We can go by item name. This might be a useful place to throw in source medium, if I can do it. There we go, traffic source, first user, source medium. Here's the products, what channels are driving those products. And so to me, that's the most useful. I haven't seen a lot in these ones otherwise, but that's kind of the deal here. And then if we want, actual product level reporting, we've got it. I imagine they're going to add more to this in the future as well, but that's nice to see that that's working out of the gates as well, particularly with Shopify. Some of the events could be a little different than old events. In general, we're going to see a lot more events going into GA4 than we did in Universal Analytics. We've talked about that. There are a few little quirks you can read more about in terms of if you're running Google Shopping, what counts as an impression and so on, or what counts as an impression on your product view. There's just like a few quirks around that again, we expect things to be a little different, but this is the new analytics tool going forward. You could create a funnel in the old one. We are able to do it in the new one. I'm having a heck of a time doing this, which is why I have not showed this today. So maybe someone smarter than me can really figure this out. But I know when we go to explore, we go to funnel exploration. Maybe once we get this figured out, this is something we could potentially add as a video in the members group, Andrew. But here's kind of what we got. Here's kind of the, obviously 100% on each. This is not a valuable visualization of any sort of funnel. And so getting this piece of what is each step in the way. If you've got an actual funnel where someone's going to a pre-sale page, then maybe a product page, or then the cart, and then et cetera, this is something to potentially build out in here. you need a PhD to do it, but I think once we figure it out, we can do that. So what we could do is we could say, here's the page view, here's the screen, and then within that, potentially here's the particular one in that. Let me see if I can find that. Again, shouldn't be doing this on the fly, but there you go. Page location, that could potentially be it. I'll confirm that, and I'll send Andrew a video so we can do this part properly and get this piece set up. Not ready to show that today, but this is going to be in here, and this is, potentially useful once you get these configured to your site the way you want.